Welcome back to Algebra 1, Chapter 11, Section 7 in this book. What we're going to be doing today is dividing. I know that marker's running out, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to show you several different approaches to dividing in algebra with these big fancy things. Here's our first one. Divide 12x squared minus 20x plus 8 by 4x. One way you can do it is you can write divided by 4x. Are you finished? No. And the reason why is what I call the pirate party rule of math. I don't think anybody else does, but I do. And so imagine you're a pirate and you're in Tortuga and you got a bunch of gold doubloons and so you're all generous feeling, and so you say rum for everybody, and everybody gets some rum from your gold doubloons. But instead, it's divided by 4x. Who gets divided by 4x? Everybody gets divided by 4x. It's a divided by 4x party. So that means this one gets divided by 4x, and this one gets divided by 4x, and this one gets divided by 4x. 4x for everybody. Now, why in the world would you ever want to do this? I know some of you are saying, I don't. Yes, you do. This is why. It's because it's fun. Because it's a pirate party. Woo, party! Okay. It's because now we can mark things out. Remember, marking out math is fun. So, 12 is made out of 3 times 4. So now I can mark out these 4s. I have an x in the numerator and the denominator. This one can mark out one of those, leaving one. 20 is made out of 5 times 4. So I can mark out these 4s. There's an x in the numerator and denominator. No, there's not anymore. I marked them out. 8 is made out of 2 times 4. I can mark out these 4s. What do I have left? Here I have a 3x. Everything else got marked out. Minus, here I have a 5. Everything else got marked out. And here I have a 2 over x. Everything else got marked out. So see, it's a little fun, isn't it? Did they wrote that? Nope, they wrote it the same way I did. Sometimes fractions are written a little bit different. Alright, so that was fun, yay. How about this one? Well, with this one, I have something here that looks like it might be a factor of this. So what I would do here is I would factor the numerator first. I write my x's down. I think about what can I multiply to get 3, but add or subtract to get 2. Well, 3 only has 2 factors, 3 and 1. The bigger number gets the sign of the middle one, and then the other one you think, what sign does this need to have for that to be negative? It needs to be positive. So I turn that into this, and now I can mark these out. So the answer is x plus 1. That's kind of fun too, isn't it? Now, do you remember dividing in 4th grade where you learned long division? Yay! Everybody's favorite, right? The problem with long division is you forget the steps. Luckily, I have a way for you to remember it. Dracula's mother sucks blood daily. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, divide again. There's a cute video on the internet somewhere of some kids learning it, and they go divide, multiply, subtract, bring it on down and bring it on back. I really like the bring it on down and bring it on back. But that doesn't really help with the other parts, so I like mine better. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, divide. Dracula's mother sucks blood daily, because she's obviously a vampire too. Alright, so let's review long division from 4th grade. You want to divide 28 into 658. So, you say, does 28 go into 6? No. Does 28 go into 65? Yes. How many times does 28 go into 65? Well, 28 is about 30, and 30 times 2 is 60, so it looks to me like it's going to be 2 times. I write it over the 5 because I didn't divide into 6, I divided into 65. Divide, check. Dracula's mother, multiply. So now I do 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Okay, Dracula's mother sucks, subtract, now we subtract. 65 minus 56 is 9, okay? Now, Dracula's mother sucks blood. We bring down. Daily, we divide again. How many times does 28 go into 98? Well, that's about 30, and 30 goes into 93 times, so we're going to try that. And so now we multiply again. 3 times 8 is 24, and 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8. And now we subtract, and we get 14, and 14 is smaller than 28, so we're done. And how they want us to write our remainder is a fraction, 14 over this, 28. But 14 over the 28 is the same thing as 23rd and 1/2, because 14 goes into 28 2 times. Okay, whew, everybody remember 4th grade now? Some of us had a hard time with that in 4th grade, didn't we? Okay, but what if it's this? Well, guess how we're going to do it? Dracula's mother sucks blood daily, the same way. But I'll show you what I mean. So what we do is we say, what would we do to x to make it an x squared? We would multiply it times another x. We write it over here for the same reason we wrote that 2 over there. Okay? So that was our dividing. What would we do to this x? Don't look at the rest of it. What do we do to this x to make it x squared? We'd multiply it times another x. Okay, so now, Dracula's mother, we're going to multiply. X times x is x squared. X times -1 is -1x. We could just put negative x, but I think the 1 kind of helps us see what we're doing here. Okay, now what do? Sucks. We subtract. And it's for the whole thing. So x squared minus x squared is 0, but we don't write them down. That'll just confuse things. 2x minus 1x. 2 negatives make a positive. 2x plus 1x is 3x. Now what do? Blood. We bring down. Now what do? Daily, we divide. What would we do to x to make it 3x? Well, we would multiply that by 3. A positive 3 or a negative 3? A positive 3. Now we multiply. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -1 is -3. Now what do? Sucks. Subtract. 3x minus 3x is 0, but we don't write it down. 4 minus 3 is 4 plus 3, which is 7. 7 is less than all that. That's our remainder. So we can do our remainder plus 7 over x minus 1. And this is long division of a polynomial. It is definitely an Algebra 2 skill. But I wanted you to see it now. I don't think it's too hard for you, and it's kind of fun, because you can go, bring it on down and bring it on back, or Dracula's mother sucks blood daily. Alright, let's look at another one. We're going to divide this, 6x squared minus 11 by x plus 2. But notice there's no plain x term. If there's a missing term, you put it in with a 0 coefficient. And then we can do it. What do you do to x to make it 6x squared? You need a 6x. So 6 times x is 6x squared. 6x times 2 is plus 12x. Now we subtract, and this ends up being minus 12x. We bring down our negative 11, and we do it again. What do you multiply times x to make it negative 11x, 12x? You do a minus 12. Now we multiply minus 12x, minus 24. And then we subtract. And so that's 2 negatives make a positive, so our remainder is 13. So our answer would be 6x minus 11 plus 13 over x plus 2. Once again, this is definitely really an Algebra 2 skill, but if you can kind of understand it now, then that's going to help you later, just being exposed to it. Absolutely, this one's an Algebra 2 one, but I just want to show you one thing. I in no way expect you to be able to do this. I just want you to watch me and kind of get it, okay? This is our problem. Divide x squared minus 16x minus 21 by 4 plus 2x. Oh, that's so confusing because they wrote it in the wrong etiquette. So what I do first before I do this is I'm going to switch it back to putting x's before bare numbers. 2x plus 4. Now I can divide it because it looks right. Don't try to divide if it's wrong. Rewrite it. It's allowed. Okay? So now, Dracula. What do I do to 2x to make it x squared? Weirdly, I multiply it by 1/2 x. The 2's cancel out. The x is square. 1/2 to x times 4 is 2x. I left off the x there. Sorry about that. And then we subtract. Those cancel out. This is negative 2x because that negative distributes. So it's 18x. We bring down the 21. Now we multiply again. What do you multiply times 2x to get 18x? Negative 18x, negative 9. Negative 9 times 2x is negative 18x. Negative 9 times 4 is negative 36. So those go away. This distributes, so it's a plus. Two negatives make a positive. 21 plus 36 is 15. So our answer is 1/2 x minus 9 plus 15 over 2x plus 4. I hope you just kind of get it, and if you don't get anything else, take away, you're allowed to rewrite it in the correct order, which is called standard form, if they give it to you in the wrong form. And if you don't understand anything else about that one, you're fine. Don't worry about it.